D
to the C.
Let's get it. What's up, everyone? This is D
To the C.
and welcome to the podcast. So this is our first podcast, and I guess we wanted to just make it an introductory type video to us and why we decided to do this. So I guess I'll go first. My name's Dallas, aka the Damned Saint. I'm a filmmaker, a photographer, an animator, and a musician.
So I'm Colette, and aka Lily Blade, and I'm an artist. I'm Dallas's partner. I like to call him Damn Saint on the podcast because I think that that's part of it, I guess. And so as I said, I'm an artist, and I'm also a mother, and I'm a teacher, and yeah.
She's a fucking great artist. In future videos, you will see her artwork displayed right here in the middle of us, or even on my other ones. If you've seen my older videos, you see some of her artwork displayed in the background of my videos, and I just wanted to say it. She's a fucking great artist.
Self-taught. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But anyways, and just like Damn Saint here was saying, like, we want to see how much fun we can have. We want to see what we can do. And the idea of a podcast just sounded fun. And I told him, like, I'm down and let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really why we wanted to get into this is, as a way to, like, really pass the time and to have fun with this stuff. Like, I guess in regards to the podcast, like, what we're going to be doing is just talking about random stuff, like what we like, what we don't like. We'll have specific topics or just go and talk about really whatever we want. And this year I recently started university, so that's pretty hectic, but she took the exact same course that I'm taking, an Indian Teachers Education Program, I think, ITEP at U of S. Great program. I love it. I'm learning a lot of stuff, but god damn, man, it was, when I started it, going from, just strictly knowing only high school stuff and then transitioning from high school to university was just a big leap, and I don't want to say I couldn't. I'm getting used to it now.
But you're doing great. Like, I see it, and I see your growth. I see what you're doing, and it's because I'm with you, like, all day, every day when I'm not at work. So I see it.
Yeah,
you're doing good. You're doing good. And just like something that we were talking about last night, things are only as hard as you make it. However, they're also as easy as you make it. If you just take it, whatever it is, try it, don't make things too hard. Just go with the flow. Know what you like, speak what you know, and be open to learning. Simple as that. That's what I say about university too. University is not as hard as people say if you just keep up with the work. Keep up with the work, do the work, be there, be present, be mentally present. Like, I know right now with the whole COVID thing, it's hard to be mentally present in the whole university thing because you're learning from home. You have all that distraction from home and stuff like that. But you need to have that self-discipline to set those times out for yourself. And I think you are doing great. You have a schedule, you're setting it out for yourself.
Yeah, it's only now that schedule is actually gaining headway, I should say, in regards to all that. Like, there's so much fucking reading that has to get done. And as you said, with things being the way they are right now, there's a lot of, it's all at home. It's all online remote learning, which I am not used to. Like, when in regards to school and stuff like that, I'm used to classroom setting, being in classroom, being in school, being with, like, seeing the instructor and everything, being able to ask questions.
A traditional classroom setting.
Being able to ask questions when they arise instead of, like, thinking of a question and then, I got to email it. You're missing those connections too, like with your instructors and fellow classmates and stuff like that. And I really think that's one of the hard parts about university.
That's true. Like, you can't just raise your hand and then they pick you to talk. It's not easy like that. Now you have to click a button, raise your hand virtually, and or whatever, and then there's chat groups, and then there's this, and then there's that, and there's side windows, and there's personal messages to the thing instead of the group. Like,
Yeah.
that traditional setting is gone.
Yeah, I think for me too, like I forgot that, like when we do our WebEx meetings and stuff, I forget that there's a button that you have to press to raise your hand, and sometimes I'm like,
Right on video.
oh
Pick
shit, I
me,
forgot.
my
Yeah.
lord. Oh. Yeah.
And there's like a lot of stuff that you have to get used to that, because in a regular classroom setting, when you're looking for required readings or class materials or something like that, it's your instructor that usually hands it out to you. And with online stuff, they don't really hand it out to you. They just tell you, like, read this. And for me, when I started university, trying to find that reading material was the hardest part for me. Now that I know where it is and I know where to access it and everything, I'm kind of getting into a schedule as to, okay, I'm going to allot this time to read this. I don't know why I said it slow like that.
And that's the part where I couldn't even help, because I've never taken online classes before. I've never, ever, ever had that opportunity. So I was just as new to the whole thing as you were. I can help you, like, when it comes to like a classroom, because I'm a teacher, but other than that, I'm sorry. I fall short for sure.
Being in university now, you have to be on top of your education. Like, the instructor's not going to come up to you and say, hey, you're late on an assignment, hand it in now. If you're late in assignment in university, especially online learning, that if you don't catch on to it right away, that assignment's going to keep being late until you're like, oh fuck, I forgot, I have to send this in.
And that's the difference. Like, this is literally sink or swim, and it's all in your power, because a traditional classroom, it's teacher instruction, and now and they can, like, how are you doing? Can I help you? Like, you're falling behind. I'm worried about you. University is not like that. University is specifically like, here's your required material. Keep up. If you keep up, you'll do good. They don't check in on you because they have other, like, professors, have other students to worry about, and they have other grading to do and other classes they're teaching and stuff like that. So, holy man, like, when you think about it, it is extremely different than a traditional setting. It really is, and it's up to you to, make those sacrifices, develop those schedules, and put in the time and the work. And that's the same, like, that's what we're talking about, like, with the whole COVID thing, right? Like, this is all because of COVID. Yeah, there was other online classes and stuff like that before, but now universities are shut down and everything's online. You have to do everything. And so, like, that's one of the main things that we were talking about, like, how our world has changed. It like, our little world is in, like, us and the things that we do, and our normal. The normal has changed. It's no longer normal anymore. You can't go anywhere without wearing a mask. Can't go into any public building without wearing a mask. And God forbid you do, you get fined.
Or even something as simple as, like, a family get together. Like, what was it? 5 or more people from more than 2 households gets you, like, a hefty fine. Yeah,
the new guidelines can't have any more than 5 people, and we have 6 kids. We're a family of 8.
Oh, that's 2 more than we're supposed to.
And I want to visit my mom. I want to visit my dad. I want to visit.
We want to go and visit, like, family members, but now, because of the guidelines and everything, even if we decide to pop in, nope, can't do it.
No.
Even when the starting of all this started happening, man, like, it was fucking crazy, man. Like, even at that point, it was early this year, eh?
March.
Our son was, like, just a year old.
Yeah. And
then hearing all the senior citizens and babies were more at risk about
they're very vulnerable
at this. We're more vulnerable. Yeah, vulnerable. And that just terrified the shit out of us. And we were, like, I was an EA, she was a teacher. We were working in the same school, and we were going to Edmonton, Think Indigenous.
Edmonton.
And that's where we that's where we were seeing like all the
Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, we're First Nations. We're actually Plains Cree represent. And yeah, so we're all about that. Think Indigenous. We're
Yeah.
all about the cultural living
Yeah.
and life. With the whole precautions, washing your hands and wearing masks and stuff like that, a lot of people don't want to do it, and they don't want to do it because they feel like it's an infringement of their rights and stuff like that. However, you think about this. You're driving in a car. Do you wear your seatbelt? Yes. Why do you wear your seatbelt? You wear it for those just in case. No one says you're going to get into a car accident, but you put your seatbelt on for precautionary measures. And that's my point. You wear a mask because you're just taking a precaution. Same thing for putting your seatbelt on. No one's saying you're going to get into an accident. It's a safety measure. And I stand strong with that. It's a safety measure.
Yeah. I totally agree with that too. And like, come on, it's just washing your hands or putting a little bit of fucking hand sanitizer on.
Like, what did you see? What was that? You were he was talking about a video. I can't remember where he was talking about a video,
Yeah.
and somebody got into a physical altercation because of not wearing a mask.
Yeah. I think it was at like a BC Walmart. Some dude like started beating the shit out of a Walmart employee because he was asked to put on a mask.
And where did you see this video again?
I think it was on Snapchat.
Like, what's going on? Why can't you just put on the mask? Like, I get it. Okay, so I saw this other thing too. There was this girl. She got an infection because she wore her mask all day long. I don't know about the breaks. I don't know the true story. I don't know any of the details except for this fact. This girl wore a mask all day, got an infection, a respiratory infection, because of the mask. I get it, but here's another thing. Your mask should be like your underwear, right? You change your mask like you change your underwear. Don't be re-wearing the same ones over and over again. And if it's dirty, throw it away or wash your mask.
This girl that got the infection, was she like a essential worker? Was she?
Supposedly was an essential worker.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Like if you, because I was like, if you're just walking around, like even inside your house with your mask on all day, that like that doesn't really make sense. But if you're an essential worker, you're like you're a nurse or you're working around people that may have it or something, that I get. One thing that I thought was hilarious as shit was when this all went down and then people were running to fucking wherever to try and find disposable masks to buy, and they were like, 10 packs of masks for like $45, and I'm like,
whoa,
what the shit?
Yes, all of a sudden inflation happened, supply and demand. God, why do people want to get rich on necessities and safety?
That was shit that we saw too, like when it went down and we were like, okay, we got to go and buy shit. Like we weren't, like running out there and getting toilet paper.
You did
but
that for
we
fun,
did
though.
kind of.
Like it was a joke because people were around.
We went to fucking Walmart, and the kind of baby formula and shit we needed were gone. And then we started seeing
all these different things.
Yeah, different
social media.
posts, social media stuff of people that don't even have kids buying stuff like that and then trying to sell them for ridiculous amounts of money.
Like the Lysol people and the toilet tissue people. Come on.
Yeah, and that's kind of what pissed me off, Like if you don't have a kid and you're out there buying baby formula and Pampers and shit like that to try and sell them at a higher price, you, sir or madam, are a piece of shit.
Completely agree.
I think it was, I forget which store we were in, but we were going to buy Lysol wipes, and then the dude was like, yeah, no, 2 per customer. And then we tried to like, okay, well, I'm a customer, she's a customer, give us 2 each. And he was like, no, 1 per customer.
Wasn't that easy?
2 per customer. And we were like,
well, because we walked in together.
Yeah,
he saw us walk in together, so he assumed we were together, which we are.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we broke, that rule a little bit, but
I was going so far as to like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go outside, walk back in, give you my 2 Lysols.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We ended up we did not, I'm going to just throw it out there, man. And I'm not saying we're perfect. We're not perfect people, but we are considerate people. And we followed the rules in regards to take what you need. that's what we did, because we know that there's people out there that need. We know this. Like it's be humane. Where's the humanity?
Considerate. Be considerate.
Yeah.
Except for those fucking what is it? The arrows on the fucking floor that show you which way to go. I constantly find myself kind of like going like in the wrong direction, and I see people kind of weirded out, like, what the fuck is he doing?
For real. For real. It is what it is.
And like seeing people do that in like stores like that, man, like there's sometimes where we do that, but for the most part we try and follow those fucking things. And sometimes we see people like, hey, you're going the wrong way, you're not supposed to go this way, and like even I'm kind of like, man, it's getting, I get it though, I know why they're there, it's just.
And then what did we see today? We saw that there was Costco got fined for
I saw that today. Costco got fined like $5,000 for selling something non-essential to customers.
Now, I'm not going to name the store, but I am going to share this. We went grocery shopping back in not even September. I was still pregnant, so July. We went grocery shopping in July, and I was pregnant. I had a really big belly, and and we went grocery shopping, and I was not gonna lie, I kept looking around and I kept counting the customers, and in one aisle alone there was 20 customers going which way. We're not following any arrows or anything like that. And I just kept telling Dallas, I just kept saying, there's so many people, there's too much people in this, you develop this anxiety.
Yes, exactly. Like you get anxiety, and it kind of, it's not only that, you know, like obviously I get people, you know, but do you really have to be in my fucking personal space?
Or count the customers in that aisle. If there's too many in that aisle, move on and move into a different aisle and come back to it later. Like, why couldn't they do that? But then I think, like, was this anxiety caused by that, or was it my pregnancy? I think it was both. Both. Any pregnant ladies out there, tell me, did you have the anxiety with the pregnancy, whatever, with the whole COVID thing and customers and stores? Hey, I don't know if it was the pregnancy. I don't have the anxiety anymore. And I gave birth to my daughter in August.
So maybe it was
the pregnancy. I don't know.
But then again, that's what it is, you know. It's common knowledge, and especially now, like as before, like say last year, you wouldn't give a shit how many people are in the how many people are in the aisle. But
you'd be going down aisle, grabbing things, touching everything, you know, like, no, I don't need that, you know. But now you can't do it. You can't touch anything.
Like even with like being in line at the cash register or something, like it's kind of common courtesy to, you know, not stand so close to someone.
There was like, go ahead.
And it still fucking gets me, like whenever we like kind of see people that we know or someone, and like they come in for like a hug, but then they look at you weird when you're kind of like, whoa, like, hey, or do like the shoulder, like
remember the
elbow thing. Yeah. And it's not that I don't fucking like you, or that I think we're not friends anymore. It's because of the times we're living in, because, you know, I have kids at home, man. If I get COVID, like,
my kids get COVID,
they're gonna get it, and you know, I just don't want that. And that's like, I get it too. If I see someone, I'm like, hey, what's up? And then they're like, whoa, trying to give me like the elbow bump, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Do you remember I ran into a friend? This is back in March when everything was still new. Like the whole warnings were out there. I ran into a bunch of friends, different spots, and I swear it was like nothing. It was such a norm, and you know, we went and saw them and hugged, and you know, nice to see you, and you hug them out and stuff like that. And exactly what you said. Now it's just weird. And ran into a friend, I think it was in Walmart about a month ago, and we just stood there, like, hi, looking at each other, and then you want to hug, and you just can't.
Yeah,
you just can't.
I think especially like if it's maybe family members you haven't seen in a while, like, or even if there's a new baby in the family and you're just meeting them for the first time and you want to like carry them or something.
Okay, now here's a whole other topic, because this is a whole other topic because of this. In particularly, a brand new baby, the hugging, the touching, the kissing. I'm a no-no. I'm that mom. I don't think people should be kissing your baby's skin, their face, their feet, their hands, nothing. You just no, I'm a big no-no on that, and it's only because I've seen what happens. I've seen little children develop these little babies, never mind, developing blisters, and in super sad cases they lose their life. So when it comes to newborn babies, especially because we keep having babies, no, it's common courtesy. Do not.
Especially if the parents are like, yeah, you could carry the baby and love them up, whatever, but just no kissing on the face,
and
please.
I'm not a jerk. I'm not. Like, I just think that if you really care, ask permission first. Don't just go in, because I have family members that have grabbed my children, and before I could even stop them, they were already kissing my baby, and they had a cold. This is true. This is no joke. I am not joking. And as a parent, you want to get mad, and then you as a person, you're fighting with yourself to get mad or to not get mad, and that was that. So like I said, I'm the no person. I don't think people should be kissing newborn babies. I don't think people should be touching newborn babies if they're not the parents or siblings. Simple as that.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay, and I get, like, there's people out there that are like anti-maskers or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves these days. I shouldn't even say that. I know there's people out there that are anti-maskers and they don't want to, and I get that. But I was reading too, I think it was in Saskatoon, I think. There was a anti-masker rally somewhere, and
I think it's Midtown Mall.
Yeah, and these people were going up to the other people, like getting in their face and saying, you don't have to wear that, or I don't remember what the quotes were, but they were getting really close to them. And I get it, okay, if you don't want to wear a mask, cool. Just please stay out of my personal space, and never mind the fact that I want to wear a mask.
Or what's even worse than that is the people that do wear the mask, but it's under their nose and their nose isn't covered and they're breathing through their nose.
That's funny as shit, but I have done this, man. Like, breathing in those things sucks, and I've done this just for a couple seconds, but then when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of wearing one.
I see so many people doing that so often. And these are employees of places. Like, I've seen it. I see them not wearing their mask the way they're supposed to. Masks are designed to be worn over your mouth and your nose. Wear it over your mouth and your nose. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So that's really it. Like, if wear the mask. If you don't want to, fine. Just stay out of my personal space and don't rag on me because I want to wear a goddamn mask.
Yeah.
And
no shaming. I know a lot of people call it sheep. Oh, you're just a bunch of sheep. I don't care. I just want to be safe. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think it's me doing what they're telling me to do. Like, this COVID shit is real, man, and if my kids and myself are at risk, I want to be safe with that.
And I know, some people ask, how do you know it's real? Because I've seen it. I literally have family members. I'm not in contact with them or anything. I haven't even been in physical contact with them, but I have family members who have had it. It's real. I have friends that have had it. It's real.
And I think that's going to be a wrap for our first podcast here. Thank you for joining us for D to the C podcast. And please feel free to leave comments for future discussions, if you had questions or something like that, or even comments.
Even suggestions,
Yeah.
If you want us to talk about anything, shoot us, what is it? Leave a comment, right?
Yeah, leave a comment and we'll try and touch on it next episode. Like I said in my video on my Damned Saint channel, we're gonna try put out a new episode every week. Like and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on the podcasts we do here. And as always, See you guys later. Peace.